Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I thought maybe you'd like to join me for a coffee chat as I get ready for chemo. But I guess what that means is, since I'm getting ready for chemo, if you remember, have you guys seen this? This is so my friend Yoni, so sweet, he sent me coffee to try, and I love it. It comes in this format where this is like a little frozen puck, and you just drop it in your cup and then pour water over it. I love that you don't need any equipment, and it tastes really, really good. Anyways, I'll put the link to it in the description. They removed my chemo from radiation, so I wrapped up radiation last week. Yes. And if you remember, originally I was supposed to do chemo and radiation at the same time, which I was not looking forward to. And they at the last minute scrapped the chemo because they just thought I couldn't do it. They thought, which they were right. My blood cratered from the radiation, and you know, blah blah blah. So today means going back to chemo, which I'm trying to tell myself, because all day yesterday I was like a 5-year-old child taking the dog for a walk, stomping around my neighborhood. I don't want to get a chemo. That was pretty much me yesterday. It's funny, you know, because we talk about the, oh, let me put water on this because I do have to get on the road. We talk so much about the radiation was not difficult when it came to side effects and the physicality. What was really difficult was the mind game, right? And really by the last week, I had gotten myself, I had, you know, basically like cut each day down, right? So in the morning I woke up and I had some stuff that I was reading, playlist, took some time for coffee, listened to some birds, got in the car, had a different playlist, different mindset, got to the lobby, had a different playlist, in the radiation, you know, it was just really, then afterwards I was exploring different neighborhoods and just trying to like break the day into manageable, because I was really overwhelmed by just the emotions. And coming into last week, you know, I started to have thoughts of like, oh my gosh, what if this doesn't work? This is the last, you know, this is the shot, this is the thing. And now you're going back to chemo to just wait. And unfortunately with radiation, you don't know if it works until like 4 months from now. So, you know, but the cool thing is now I'm actually kind of looking at it like, my wife and I were talking, it's kind of like sprints, right? Because as I was wrapping up last week and I was getting really sad, thinking, okay, I've got to change my mindset. I'm going to go back into chemo, and we're just going to sit in chemo and wait and see if it works. You know, maybe take a chemo break, but still just in this kind of waiting pattern. And we can do that. You know, but it's just hard. It's just a different mindset. And but then at the end of the week, on Friday or Thursday, which was my last day. By the way, I think about this all the time I'm so lucky to have the ecosystem that I do inside of my medical facility, right? I've been doing this for 3 years. So, you know, I know everyone in oncology and the surgery, the prep areas, the floors that you know, and now radiation. And I'm just so fortunate because every time I go there, I get supported by the staff, and they were so incredibly enthusiastic and kind on my last day, which was really great. And but my doctor pulled me in for a doctor's appointment, totally surprised. And of course I'm like, oh my God, why does he want to see me? What the fuck happened? What's wrong? Ah, you know, because that's where your mind goes. And it turns out he wanted to share with me that, if you remember way back, I was talking about how I had come to the end of the road, but then I found this radiologist who was offering new science, yay! And he was partnering with another gentleman inside my medical facility, see, talking about this ecosystem. I don't even have to leave to find like people that are doing awesome, amazing science. But he was talking to this other guy who says that he can take me in for surgery and like go in and like put radiation or something like right on the cancer. They were gonna tag team, yada yada. Well, they were also saying that the spots that are left in my lungs are too small to deal with. So, you know, I don't know what that means. Like, do we have to wait until they grow? Great. Or, you know, just wait until a future date, or I don't know, there's, you know, so many thoughts that were there. But again, he pulls me in on my last day of radiation and he says, hey, I was talking to, you know, Dr. Tase, and I like, he thinks he can go in and grab some of these, and he thinks he can probably grab all of them, which would be very dangerous. He didn't say this. I'm having conversations with the other doctor. We're trying, it's wow. It's like, there's actually a next step. But my radiologist said that he would tag team. So at the end of the day, I just had amazing news ending this last very emotional, difficult 3.5 weeks of radiation. Super depressed going back into chemo, and just, you know, tired, and you can never take a break with cancer. You can never keep, you know, take your eye off the prize. So I was kind of poo-pooing and being depressed about that too, because just tired. But still, you know, yesterday I spent the afternoon doing chemo prep, right? And I know you always ask what that is, so I'll put it at the end. But, you know, spending the afternoon getting my foods ready, making sure that I have enough fluids, getting myself emotionally ready to go into chemo today, and it's exhausting. And but in him sharing this, and the very next day, the surgeons people reached out, and it's already scheduled for June. So that's what we were talking about the sprints, about thinking, like kind of like I've done with my days, of breaking down days during radiation into like hours, different segments. That's my plan for the next coming couple of months with trying this different treatment. So I'm definitely going to have the surgery. What that is, I still need to chat through like what that is, because there's part of me that just wants to be like, cut it all fucking out, just go, let's just go. But I also know that that is all, you know, different parts of my lungs, which means I won't have much to breathe and probably could have a collapsed lung, and then that's a whole different thing. And I've gotten this far with like body still intact, amazingly, right? And so don't get too anxious, Nicole. Let's just keep going methodically. That's the trick. But I have some fun things to help with the constant mind playing right now, and the emotions of it. This next month, again, sprints. I go in for chemo today, and then this weekend I'm going to a musical with a friend, and then more excitingly, the following weekend I am flying to Baltimore and taking my oldest nephew, who is graduating high school. I'm so excited I get to see him graduate, to his first concert. He's been asking to go to a concert for the last 2 years, but we said no because of COVID. I found the band that he's interested in Baltimore, in an open arena, doing a concert. So I'm gonna fly there and take him for his graduation present to a concert. That will get me through one chemo. Then the next chemo, we've got a huge, my wife and I, we're just going for it. We're gonna go to Marrakesh, Morocco. I told you she has to be back in travel mode. Her company's one of the companies is like, we're just back at it, let's go. And we talked about it, and you know, there's no reason that she should take on the fear of COVID herself, the anxiety of it. So, and I'm doing well off chemo weeks. I'm just going to travel with her. So our first big travel together is Marrakesh, Morocco. That'll get me through the next chemo. And then when I come back, I'll have another chemo, and then it's my nephew's graduation. So as you see, basically just mini sprints, mini rewards. Then it'll be June, and I'll have this very awesome, scary lung surgery, and then we'll see what the next step is. But at this point, I'm tired. I'm beat, and I'm mentally drained, and physically, the radiation didn't have a lot of side effects, but I am feeling the fatigue and the ache, the bone ache, joint ache. And now I'm gonna layer chemo on top of it. So I definitely like this idea of planning some fun things out, so I have things to look forward to get through the roller coaster of what's about to come. I really don't want to go back to chemo today. It's so gross. But I love my chemo. I love my chemo. Chemo is what is keeping me here. Chemo is what's put me on my feet. Chemo is awesome. All right. I know that was a lot, right? Woo! But we haven't chatted in a little bit. A lot going on. Well, I'm gonna finish my coffee, and then I am going to dance my way into my next chemo, number 51. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.